Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green and you're watching Greenwave TV Alternative Media Television. This is a special exclusive Saturday report. And as we learned the breaking news on Thursday evening that Rand Paul, Senator of Kentucky, more importantly Ron Paul's son, is now endorsing the Illuminati, is now endorsing the political establishment by backing officially Mitt Romney, Americans, and more importantly, the people that have supported Ron Paul within the liberty and freedom movement are asking, why haven't we gotten a statement from Ron Paul? In fact, the silence is deafening. This is an open message to Dr. Paul. Dr. Paul, millions of us around the country and around the world have supported your cause, held up picket signs, blow horns, aggressively shouted the message and helped to propel the message of freedom over the past few years. Why aren't you coming out and making a public statement, either supporting your son's political move or juxtaposing it? Many are asking around the blogosphere whether or not Paul's family has been threatened by the Bilderbergs post the meeting in Chantilly, Virginia. And they're asking if the Pauls themselves have been compromised. Well, this is what I know. If we don't get a statement, and we don't get one soon, that to me shows signs of guilt. That shows signs of hiding. And I think we know that something's wrong. I think we know that the Pauls have been compromised, that either they've been threatened or they've been a part of the establishment and the political machine all along. But if that's not the case, if that's not the reality, then Paul needs to put himself in front of a camera. Whether or not he delivers a YouTube video to his constituents, or he goes on mainstream television, or he's interviewed on a radio show, he needs to clear the air, and he needs to do it now. Because the silence, this eerie silence, is only propelling and fueling more rumors, more speculation, and it is hurting, in my opinion, the freedom and liberty movement itself. And there's also something I want to bring up. People are saying with Ron Paul's son now backing the establishment, implicitly through Ron Paul himself, because any move by Rand is a move by Ron. Is this somehow taken the life out of the liberty and freedom movement? Has it killed it? And I want you to know it hasn't. Because liberty and freedom isn't focused around a single individual or a single person, or even somebody that many of us have respected for many years, people like Ron Paul. You see, freedom and liberty is an idea. It's a concept. And something like that never dies. I want to give Ron Paul the benefit of the doubt, but I want you to know that if proven guilty or proven compromised, that the freedom and liberty movement will not die. I talked about in a recent video that when 10% of the population is set on an idea or on a concept, there's no stopping it. There's a snowball effect, and it quickly takes shape and takes root in the world, around the world, and catalyzes a greater and bigger movement than what started it. And that's exactly what we're dealing with here in America, in the United States, and we're seeing this take shape all around the world. I want you to know that you have my commitment personally to continue the fight. And we'll be raising hell in Tampa later this year at the Republican National Convention. Be there. Meet us there. Help us fight. Help us push back this government. Help us push back this tyranny. Help us stand for something bigger than ourselves. Help us stand for an idea. I also thought, and I was thinking about this post some of the videos I reported on Ron Paul yesterday, that maybe this is a way that Paul and his family are trying to move in to the government behind the scenes, almost like Obama did through people like Bill Ayers, plotting to take over the United States government and to push it into a fascist regime, which is what we have today. Is it possible that the Pauls realize that they're so close, they're so unbelievably close to reaching and finding some change in this compromised country, that they're willing to cut a few corners to get involved in the system, to potentially seed Rand in 2016 as a realistic candidate? Because if we look at their voting record and we look at their tracking record, they've always stood for one thing, and that's freedom, and that's liberty. So why would they change now? Unless something's happened, unless there's been a material change with Ron Paul, with maybe threats on his family, his life. Something must be going on behind the scenes, and it's exactly why we need Ron Paul to speak up now. Dr. Paul, please speak soon. Please release a public statement. Please address the questions and the criticism head on and tell us what's going on behind the scenes. More importantly, let us know where you stand. I'm Christopher Green. You've been watching Green Wave TV, alternative media television, and I just deliver the Daily Wave. Hard-hitting and in your face, America.